man who's an A+ at one thing will sleep with better looking women than a man who's a B- at everything. Get this through your thick skulls, ladies. Fat girls are gross. You don't want to lift weights because you're lazy. Just keep it real. You got an abortion because you didn't want to wreck your body.
What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 296th edition of TSR Primetime, your daily dose, nightly dose, of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. We are brought to you by Happy Hippo Herbals, home of the highest quality kratom on the planet. As I will get to a little bit later, tonight is the Home Run Derby, the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby. The All-Star festivities start tonight. Listen, the average age, the age of the average baseball fan, I think, is 57 years old, which obviously is not good. Baseball is a dying sport, but I've loved baseball since I was a kid. I've watched every All-Star game and Home Run Derby since 1989, and so tonight, big night for me. I'll sit down in front of the TV with some popcorn and watch the Home Run Derby and watch the All-Star game tomorrow night. So certainly looking forward to that. Breaking my spin streak today. I was going to spin for 30 straight days. This morning, I just wasn't feeling it, man. I lifted weights, but my body wasn't right. My body just didn't recover for whatever reason. I had sore legs, just couldn't do it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to spin twice on Wednesday. I'm going to spin at 5:30 in the morning on Wednesday morning. Then I'm going to spin at 5:30 in the evening. So I'm not going to be able to spin 30 days in a row, but I will still keep my 30 spins in 30 days intact. So breaking the streak today, spun 7 straight days. It's going to end today or tonight, but I'm going to spin tomorrow, and then I'm going to spin twice on Wednesday, and hopefully I can start. Hopefully I can get 30 spins in 30 days, and keep that going. Look, man, listen, you have to listen to your body. Streaks are nice, goals are nice, but you have to be sensible. And I absolutely did not have it in me to do it today, but I got some lifting in, so that's all good as well. So yesterday, I actually had a Facebook troll call into the show. You guys all know how it goes. Somebody starts to troll me, they start talking shit. Then I issue the challenge, right? I say, listen, you guys all see what I do. It's the typical line, hey, you sound tough on Facebook, you sound all confrontational, so call into the show, 914-205-5356. And to my surprise, this guy actually did. And of course, if you guys want to hear that exchange, you guys can go to donovansharpe.com or patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. It is also on YouTube, Twitter, and of course, Facebook. So I get the guy on, and for those of you guys watching, this is the guy over my shoulder. I've got him labeled hating ass nigga. So he goes on Facebook, calls me a cornball, blah, 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 basically using the white girls do it too argument. So I told him to call, and he calls in. And the conversation actually went pretty good. And now, to my surprise, he called in. What didn't surprise me is that he was as soft as baby shit. He got on the phone. He wasn't nearly as confrontational. He wasn't nearly as bold. He wasn't nearly as brash as he was on Facebook. Talked a bunch of shit, called me a cornball, told me that I needed a new barber. And you guys can see my hairline is extra crispy. If you look at his hairline, not so much, right? Obviously, my beard game is extra tight. His not. But listen, I'm not going to sit here and measure dick sizes, right? I mean, we all know at this point, this guy's whatever. So we got on. We had a pretty decent conversation. He made a couple of weak ass arguments, but then of course I ended up beating him down. In the end, I felt like we both had a newfound respect for each other. I said, listen, man, if you want to date black girls, that's totally cool. But in the end, I won the argument. I know I did, because I bashed that whole white girls do it too. So what does this nigga go back to doing? After the phone call, this nigga goes right back to talking shit. Now, not talking shit to me, because I gave him props on Facebook for coming on, but he's talking shit to Minister Jap. He's talking shit to everybody. Still calling people coons, this and that and the other. Now, here's the thing. I could have quizzed this guy on his cornball statement, right? I could have said, bruh, you called me a cornball. You called me a coon. What the fuck is up with that? Didn't do that. Took the high road. I didn't compare hairlines, right? I didn't compare beard game on the air. Okay, I didn't pull up a picture of him with these two low-class, sloppy-ass fat bitches in bikinis when he said that he only fucks with classy bitches. Matter of fact, I pulled that up right near the end of the interview and told him, look, I'm going to give you some shine. I'm going to put a picture up with you and a couple of big titty bitches, right? I mean, I could have said, listen, you said you fuck with classy bitches. Look at the bitches on my screen. They don't look classy. Typical fat black women with tit tattoos and weaves in a pool with you. A fat ass black dude, right? Didn't do any of that. Had a decent conversation. Figured it was all good. What does he do? Of course, he goes right back to talking shit. So, listen, he wasn't talking shit to me, so I ended up blocking him on Facebook. So, if anybody on Facebook knows, I mean, I'm sure you guys, I mean, his name is Jamal Amir Mahir. That's Jamal, Jamal, Aamir, M-A, whatever. Let him know that if he wants to talk shit again, he knows the number to call. I don't want anything to do with him unless he wants to call in. Again, listen, just like Legend P says, that troll is what's known as a laptop gangster. Yeah, we call them keyboard gangsters. E-thugs. He was all hardcore. He was all hardcore on Facebook. Soon as he got on the phone with me, soon as he got online, he softened up. Typical shit. So anyway, just figured I'd point that out. If you guys see him on Facebook, let him know. Point this shit out. We are streaming simultaneously on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, of course, DonovanSharpe.com. I am back on Facebook. Served my 3-day Facebook suspension, so I am back streaming live on Facebook. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get onto the show. You can hit me with questions, comments, personal stories you'd like to share. You can ask for advice, guidance, or anything else you want to get off your chest. If you don't want to call, you can always chat. It is right next to the video player. If the video is running a little bit slowly on your end, click the video only link just under the player, and that should do the trick. Follow, add, and like me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just do a quick search for Donovan Sharpe on all 3 platforms. For all things Donovan Sharpe, go to DonovanSharpe.com. There, you will find all of my content, which includes episodes, appearances, and the archive of the over 200 articles I've written for Return of Kings and NegroManosphere.com. If you want to contribute to the show, go to www.streamlabs.com/Donovan's Den. You can use any credit or debit card. You can use PayPal. You can also use Bitcoin. So if you like the show, you guys get something out of it, drop a little something in the tip jar at streamlabs.com/Donovan's Den. Every little bit counts, guys. There is no donation, no contribution is too great or too small. Let me give my shout outs here. My shout out to the mod squad on DonovanSharpe.com. Mr. Mink, NYKia31, Red Jedi, Legend P, The Jackman, Darcy Mills, Sammy81, of course, my man Dominic in the house. Shout out to my Facebook crew, David Small. I'm going to call you Double N because I can't pronounce that name. Nigel Diggs, CJ Jackson, Sharpe Assist, of course. Robert McCall says poses in obesity. That's funny as shit. Christopher Law, Armchair Militants. I like that. Tracy Wells said he told me that I should have had Hans Anti-Sip Anderson go after him. Very good. Alonzo Nelson said he called him out for talking shit after the show ended. Good. Like, call that nigga out, man. I can't stand niggas who are all hard. Like, dude, I'm the same guy on the air, on the phone, and in person. I'm not gonna have somebody talking shit and then get in front of them and be like, hey, man, no, we are not cool, dude. Like, fuck that. Shout out to my Jab13W says, can I post the number on here, please? 914-205-5356. 914-205-5356. If you want to call in, you can call right now for advice. Big Gamble in the house. Manny Lawson, the Sinister Minister. Good to see you in here. Gladiator. Rob Cruz, Mozart Gates. Marquis Fargut Jackson. Fargut Jackson. Fargut. Kind of weird. Well, you guys in these screen names. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Oh, whoa. Hang on. Almost lost you guys there. There we are. Excellent. Very good. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Armand Rice says, greetings from Washington, D.C. That is the site of the All-Star game, so it's good to see my All-Star people in there. Very good. Very, very good. I don't know why I can't see the bottom of that. It's kind of weird. Excellent. There we go. All right. We are good to go. Well, let's talk about the topic at hand. Now, Dominic says, before I get started here, Dominic wants to know, Donovan, did I try Gab.ai? Yeah, a lot of guys ask me, Donovan, why didn't you, you got kicked off of YouTube. Why didn't you go here? Why didn't you go there? Why didn't you go to Gab? Why didn't you go to BitChute? Because I'm trying to grow the show, and only not that many people really know about Gab. You can't grow on Gab. You can't grow on BitChute. So I decided to start my own platform where I have control of my content. And Patreon was certainly, that was the best thing for me. So again, listen, I have no problem with Gab, but I'm trying to grow the show. So that's the reason why I'm not on those platforms. All right, moving right along to the topic at hand. Pornography is as much a part of our culture as anything out there. Now, yeah, there's still a measure of taboo that comes with pornography, but not nearly as much as there used to be. People talk about pornography openly in public. They talk about it on television. They talk about it on radio. They talk about it in movies. It's everywhere. Now, there's nothing wrong with porn. I'm not the guy who's going to sit here and chastise porn. Listen, if a girl wants to get paid for getting fucked on camera for all the world to see, more power to you, right? If a dude wants to jerk off to that girl getting paid to get fucked on camera, more power to them. Listen, I'm not going to judge anyone one way or the other. If you're a guy, you like to jerk off, cool. If you're a woman, if you like doing porn, cool, right? Just understand that there are adverse effects to both. We're going to get to that. Listen, obviously, listen, if you're a porn star as a woman, if you ever did a porn, even one time, you're never going to be married to a high value man. That's just how it is. We're going to get to the adverse effects. We're going to get to the adverse effects of pornography here in a second. Speaking of adverse effects, there are many, many adverse side effects to masturbating to pornography, gentlemen, for men. They're well documented. I'm not going to go over them. Many people know what they are, but that's not what I'm going to talk about tonight. What I am going to talk about is why your life will change for the better when you stop masturbating to pornography. Now, some guys might say, but Donovan, pornography affects different men in different ways. And those guys would be dead fucking wrong. Not only is that grossly inaccurate, it is flat out dishonest. Guys who use that argument, pornography affects different men in different ways, they're just using that as an excuse to continue jerking off to porn. Look, man, if you like jerking off to porn, if you have a porn addiction, just admit it. If you have a porn addiction, that doesn't mean you're a bad guy. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. And guys, listen, pornography is awesome. Listen, let's not get it twisted, right? Dude, the girls are hotter than they've ever been. There's more variety. You can get exactly what you want, like down to the hair color and the tit size. I mean, listen, and the reason I know this is because I used to have a porn addiction, and it is hard to stop jerking off to porn, believe me. But think of it, but you also have to consider this. The human body to body, is physiologically, biologically identical. And what I mean by that is that most physical and mental stimuli affects the human body and the human brain the same way. If a person has a headache and takes an oxycodone, that headache is gone. Doesn't matter what the guy's race is, doesn't matter how old he is, doesn't matter his biological makeup. If someone takes steroids, they're going to get bigger, faster, stronger. Again, because the human body reacts the same way to the same things. Yes, there are slight differences from body to body, obviously, and yes, no human body is molecularly identical to the point where every single little thing affects them exactly the same way. But if somebody does a line of cocaine, they are going to get high, and it is as simple as that. Well, it's the same with porn, gentlemen. Pornography affects the male body and mind exactly the same way. In all men, no doubt. Yes, again, there are varying degrees, but by and large, masturbation to pornography has many adverse side effects on the body, the brain, and the penis. Now, I'm not going to talk about an article that I read or some study that I looked up. I'm going to tell you guys 11 ways my life changed when I stopped jerking off to porn and how it's going to change your life. Now, guys, these are personal anecdotes. This is called the Sharpe reality. This isn't the Sharpe study. This isn't the Sharpe opinion or the Sharpe what somebody else said. And because all male bodies work the same and react the same way, you're going to get the same benefits. And guys, these are real world life-changing benefits, guys. I'm not exaggerating here. So at this time, if you are watching on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter, come on over to donovansharpe.com to watch the rest of this episode. Again, My Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter audience, come on over to donovansharpe.com to watch the rest of the episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you on donovansharpe.com here in just a few minutes. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and make my software adjustments here. Yeah, I actually had a pretty good,